That's how we start that shit off. Okay. So, shootout, maybe? I don't know. We'll figure it out. Calm down, Stefan. Leave some for me. Oh!
I tried to stop them. It's room 803, left out of the elevator.
Sounds like we're about to make it a hat trick of hysterical female witnesses.
Give it up, LAPD!
Knock you the fuck out, bro. Cool. Or should I say Cole? Great, now you're gonna think that every time I say cool.
Are you injured, Mrs. Bishop?
I'm all right now. Those horrible, awful men.
Perhaps you should sit down, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Forgive me, officers. I'm very flushed. I'll just sit down for a moment.
That's perfectly normal, ma'am. Take a moment while we look around.
Yes, thank you.
Wait, so this bishop guy is screwing little kids and he's married? That's interesting.
Great Wall of Babylon. A replica of a replica. Looks like the old movie set downtown.
They just leave the movie set up? They don't take it down? Not for no reason, no how? Oh. Oh, is that a $5 bill? Take it, Cole. Take it so you could grab some lunch. Grab some lunch down at the McDonald's. Down at the McDonald's, Cole.
Like
Grab some Mac Nuggets down at the McDonald's.
Presented to Mark.
Gay cowboys. What's this?
What do you have to do to earn $20,000?
It's actually a very good question. Oh, take the ring, Cole. Take the ring and pawn it. Pawn it for money to go to McDonald's.
No good to me.
Take the money and go get some Big Mac cheeseburgers at McDonald's.
Nothing significant.
Who just has a book of the New Testament? Who dat?
Looks like we found our mermaid. Who are these men in the picture?
My husband, Mark, and Marlon Hopgood. They work together on occasion. That's Hopgood's shop.
Are they sleazy white men? Because they look like sleazy white men. They look like the people that run our government. Alright. Domestic disturbance!
I think they work for Guy McAfee. Do you know the name?
No. Why should I?
June Ballard is married to Guy McAfee. Have you heard of her?
That slut. She's been badgering my husband for days.
Mrs. McAfee alleges that your husband tried to kill her and her friend last night. I think you should tell us what you know.
My husband's a movie producer. This has something to do with his new picture. He doesn't include me in his business.
I'm calling BS.
June Ballard said she had a deal to be in his new picture.
Mark repeatedly told her no. He had Joan Leslie lined up for the role. That's how he got the finance. June made all kinds of threats. She was very rude to me.
You know June Ballard?
We were both on the same picture a few years back. That's how I met my husband.
You know who she looks like? If you've ever seen the show, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, she looks a lot like Amy Santiago. It's interesting. She's one of my favorite characters.
Where can we find your husband, ma'am?
He told me he would be on set. That's all I know.
Either we find him or McAfee's people do, Mrs. Bishop. If you care for him, you should make sure that we find him first.
I do care for him. But I don't really know where he'd go if he were in trouble. Hopgood might know.
Why is your husband paying Lorna Hopgood $20,000?
Lorna? Marlon's ex-wife? Are you sure?
Bitch, the check was in your room.
Your husband looks like he's being blackmailed. They obviously have something on him if he's prepared to kill to cover it up. Why is the payment going to Hopgood and not McAfee?
Lorna works at a check-cashing place in Hollywood. You need to ask Hopgood why he needs that much money in cash.
Your husband was at a casting yesterday with a young girl?
Not that I know of. He told me he was looking at locations. The picture's been cast.
BS, you know all about his slimy doings.
Jessica remembered a mermaid. The mermaid on the front of the prop store. You better come clean with me.
This is a sick town, Detective. Are you sure you really want to know? The truth is, my husband likes them young.
And you think that's okay?
I was 16 when I first met him. I thought he was a genius, a magician with film. I was 20 before I realized he was just a B-movie hack. But he's nothing compared to some of the monsters at these big studios. My guess is Ballard sacrificed her little friend. Happens to a lot of girls.
Sick.
Your husband is in trouble. It could go easier for him if you were more helpful, Mrs. Bishop.
He's a big boy, Detective, and so are you. This is Hollywood. There's always a deal to be done.
Don't like it.
Operator, message for KGPL.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need a location on a silver screen prop store.
Just a moment. Silver Screen Props, corner 3rd and Figueroa.
Thanks for your help.
Cool. On our way. Let's do this. Yes. But first, let's stop at McDonald's.
I want to be starlet, the movie producer's wife. We're finally rubbing shoulders with the almost rich and famous.
I'm sure
And from the stories they've given
we'll
us,
find one on the way there. Cause you know there's a McDonald's on every corner. I'm sure we'll pass a few between here and the movie studio. We'll go to McDonald's. We'll get a filet-o-fish. Maybe they'll have the McRib.
Mrs. Bishop knows more than she's letting on.
She doesn't seem to realize how much trouble her husband is in. The LAPD are the least of their worries right now.
You'd think she'd have gotten the hint after those hatchet men redecorated her apartment.
Maybe she's just loyal.
Or she's in on it. She didn't seem like your average giddy broad with nothing between the ears.
Or she might just be trying to buy enough time for Bishop to put a couple of oceans between him and McAfee.
All units, officer needs help. 333 South Main Street. 333 South Main Street. Officer needs help. 211, the shots fired.
Oh, God. Whoa. This is how police drive. Oh!
Watch it!
You know, that was unfortunate, but that was a pretty clean hit. You know? Clean like clean coal. This is music, folks. How about that? Alright, time's up on this one though. Next episode we'll talk to the sleazy dirtbags, I guess. Oh God, the child diddlers. Anyway, bye bye.